at this part, we've already put down the pill ply on the bottom, the flash tape and tacky tape, and now we're laying down our carbon fiber fabric. We're using 4 layers at this point, and now we'll go ahead and put on the pill ply. You'll see that we've already placed tape on the pill ply because we're going to eventually fold it over the spiral wrap. And here's the spiral wrap now. We're going to put a T-fitting in the middle of the spiral wrap before we fold it over. We are folding the pill ply over the spiral wrap, making sure that it's all taped down. On this angle, you see that we extended the spiral wrap, or we actually added about a 5-inch tube to the end of the spiral wrap so that it could go beyond the tacky tape. So we'll eventually hook up the vacuum lines on there. This will actually be the vacuum side. Now at this point, we're going to wrap the solid tube with tacky tape, and we'll do it right in line of the tacky tape we initially put down. At this point, we'll put down another layer of pill ply, and on top of that we'll put the green flow down. The green flow will make it easier for the resin to flow through there, as we will see in a bit. On this particular project, we added more. We'll put down a line of spiral wrap as well with a T-fitting. Alright, at this point we are laying the bag down over the pleats. Remember, each pleat we make will need to be at least as high as the actual part. So for instance, in this area, the T-fitting is at least 3 inches high. So the pleat that we make on both sides with the tacky tape will also at least be 3 inches high, or a little bit higher than the actual T-fitting. So again, on both sides, the pleat will need to be as high as however the spiral wrap and the pill ply is. And at the end, go ahead and trim off all the excess bagging just to be neat in the work that we do. Okay, at this point we're going to tie in both sides of the spiral wrap into solid tubing. You see that it takes a lot of kind of force to press those fittings together. It may help to use a lighter to soften up the tubing so that it will fit. Then bring everything into T-fitting and down to the catch pot. Alright, now the catch pot is just a pressure pot. There should be an empty bucket in there that will actually catch the excess resin that goes in. Make sure you line it up in a spot to where you could close down all the clamps and make sure they're nice and tight. So once you turn on the vacuum pump and draw down the vacuum, make sure the excess bag lines up in the pleat. Make sure everything's lined up. Once the vacuum is drawn down, go to the T, cut a little X in it, and then connect the last tubing right onto the T. Make sure that you have a very tight, solid fitting because we do not want any leaks. And on the other end, go ahead and clamp the end. Once everything is clamped down, let the vacuum settle out again. Put a piece of flash tape in alignment with the needle. Shut off the vacuum and allow it to sit for about 10 minutes. You do not want the needle to drop more than a couple inches of mercury. Alright, you're going to want to measure all the tubing. As discussed on the resin calculation for resin infusion sheet, you will need the dimensions for the tubing, for the part itself, the length, the width, and the thickness of the actual fabric. and you'll also need the dimensions of the green flow. Once you find the total resin, go ahead and get your part A and part B, measure them out and mix the resin. Once the resin is mixed up, insert the free end tube into the resin. Release the pressure off the vice grips. Do this while the vacuum is running, of course. Be sure not to let the tube come out of the resin or you will get air in your part. On a regular project, we would have green flow over the entire area, but on this particular one, I want you guys to see that once the resin is off or fills up the green flow, and once the resin goes onto the covering fiber only, it slows down quite a bit. Alright, let it cure overnight, about 15 to 20 hours or so, and then you can remove the bag. The easiest way to remove the bag is pull up the flash tape and the tacky tape all at the same time, and then as you pull everything up, once you get to the green flow and the pill ply should come up all at once. And then there's your part. We'll trim it up later on, and we'll end up using this piece as a cold plate.